earned that fight.
Would have been a great call.
Only one of them can walk away the winner. We turn it over to our ringside announcer to call the next fighters to the cage. Be ready and stay with us, fight fans. This is what we love to see, Manny. A smile on Kyle's face as he makes his way down to the ring. Kyle is ready. He is prepared. And this is going to be a heavyweight bout, Manny.
Yeah, going from these ladies at 130 pounds to the big boys, 215 pounds. Kyle fighting out of Straight Blast Gym in Missoula. And one thing you know about Straight Blast Gym, they come to fight.
Everybody at Straight Blast Gym trains a lot of sparring, a lot of contact, and when we see them show up to the ring, they don't show up for a decision.
No.
They show up for a fight.
They're looking to brawl. They don't shy away from a brawl. They're going to walk straight into it. So Kyle looking to be in terrific condition also.
Judging by the definition of his almost six-pack, Manny, I would not want to be standing across from 215 pounds of toned American muscle, and that's what Kyle's going to be when he steps into that ring.
That's it, exactly. Kyle's ready and in the cage. 215 pounds, quite a contrast from our last bout, Jesse.
215 pounds, appearing to stand around 6'2" in the cage.
All right, another big round of applause for Justin Whitten.
Definitely tell the Bozeman crowd is excited for another competitor representing GVMA out of Bozeman.
Gallatin Valley Martial Arts, a fairly new academy here. Oh, in the last 3-4 years, I guess they've been around, and it's a very solid gym. A lot of good coaches out of there, a lot of good competitors out of there.
Tonight we have Justin Whitten. I believe, again, this fight contains two fighters who have not competed in the professional cage before tonight.
That's my guess on this one. We're seeing an awful lot of first-time fighters. But boy, I'll tell you, how about that last bout? They sure didn't look like first-time fighters to me. They had put their time in.
They are no strangers to being in the cage, being in the conflict, and throwing leather. I'd like to say both fighters have some very oddly fitting music. A nice match.
And they're ready now as Justin enters the cage. Fight Force fans, we got the big boys ready to go.
It appears like we're going to have a small reach advantage on the side of Kyle Holubetz, but all other things considered, this should be a very fair fight.
right, the fighters come together in the center of the cage to get the last-minute instructions from referee Wes Ogan. Wes is a longtime referee, competitor, boxing coach, MMA coach. Heck of a guy to have in there watching this fight, Jesse.
There are few people that we trust more than Wes to referee a fight with guys this big.
Absolutely. Touch gloves in the center of the cage.
Contrast of it.
Nice roundhouse by Justin Whitten. Good movement of the head by both fighters, staying off center line there.
A lot more feeling out from these fighters, but they are still exchanging heavy hands.
And those kicks, you can hear them smack across the cage. So that's a lot of power in there, Jesse. These are some big fellas.
You can't see it at home on the cameras, but the cage is shaking with the weight of these strikes.
It's bouncing as they're moving. All right, so Kyle trying to establish a left hand there to work his way in, and Justin pretty relentless with those roundhouse kicks.
That roundhouse kick landing, but Justin eating a right straight for the cost. There, he was covering that kick very well, was Justin.
Another roundhouse by Justin.
Finding
Kyle
good
fires back.
on that leg.
That looked a
attacking
little
that
low, little low. Nice combination by Justin there. Left, right, and a roundhouse. Kyle staying in the pocket.
Kyle is looking for that overhand right or a roundhouse from the right to counter and put this fight down in one.
Oh,
and
nice.
That is exactly what he was trying to find.
Yep, we had a little bit of a catch. Again, if you just barely catch a leg and let it go, that's okay. But if you catch a leg and throw a punch, you'll get talked to by the referee, as Kyle did there. Nice combination by Justin. Kyle covering up. And Justin ends round number one on a strong note there, Jesse, with a good combination in the corner.
Here we see a replay on some of those roundhouses that Justin was throwing, just really finding the one gap in Kyle Holubetz's defense, and that seems to be that right roundhouse kick to the body and the top of the thigh.
He's pretty relentless. If this goes 3 rounds, those will be taking a toll by round number 3. Those blows make your hands awful heavy, but you see where Kyle hit a right hand. He countered with a right hand there very nicely.
And I think that's going to be the tale that we're going to talk about for a lot of this.
It appears
Kyle
to.
Trying to find that counter overhand right.
Exactly. As Justin throws the right roundhouse, Kyle fires back with a right overhand counterpunch.
And I think either of those strikes could be enough to end this fight in one if they land flush.
With the size of these guys, and they're not throwing with nice intentions, let's put it that way. These guys are in there throwing with some mean intentions. They want their opponent to feel it. There's no pitter-patter happening here, folks.
If these fighters were any lighter than their opponent, we might see one of them get bobble-headed clean onto the mat.
They've both done a great job in there. Boy, Kyle comes out firing combinations.
You can see
they got him ready in the corner, Jesse, because he's coming out with a little more determination here in round number 2.
I can imagine
he's a little more on the offensive.
We wanted some more aggression.
Justin staying with those kicks down in the legs and the body, mixing it in.
Catching him with the tip of his toes there. Beautiful exchange of jabs. And they are
nice. They are throwing leather right now. Justin staying in the pocket there. Justin is on the attack. Justin really laying some blows.
He is delivering some terrible punishment here. The crowd is roaring with that.
A very good exchange for Justin Whitten. Kyle covering up.
Still got his back to the cage. Justin
trying to get his wits about him. Kyle's keeping his gloves high, trying to fire back.
Beautiful roundhouse kick. You can see
Kyle's
Justin
a
trying
little
to
bit-
summon his second wind here, trying to find the strength to fight his way off of the back of this cage.
Yeah, Kyle's taking a few deep breaths, gathering himself, and comes right back at Justin.
There it is. Kyle regaining some composure, trying
Nice
to buy
left
time
hand.
to rebuild his breath.
Nice left hand there by Kyle. Now they're both measuring up. They blew a lot of energy there, Jesse, in those early exchanges. These are big guys, a lot of muscle, takes a lot of oxygen. Now Justin's back on the kick and punch combination. He's kind of choosing his punches a little better.
The cage.
Kyle's very, very tired here, Jesse. He looks like he is spent. 10 seconds left in the round.
These could be the final 10 seconds in the fight. He's covered up, but he's taking punishment. He's hitting. He manages a single counter left, but that was a phenomenal round.
Big round for Justin Whitten. Kyle looked like he was in trouble, serious trouble there a few times, Jesse, but he managed to step back, get his wits about him, keep his gloves high, and survive the round. A very gutsy performance by Kyle Holubetz.
That is something that you just cannot understate. You have to make sure that everyone understands how impressive it is that Kyle Holubetz is still conscious.
And he's getting a good look by the doctor right now in the corner, and they might be deciding, is his nose okay? Is his mind okay? Do his eyes look clear? Looks like they may be questioning whether he can go out for round number 3 here. You see on the replay here, just some great combinations by Justin Whitten.
Of course, the fighters can sometimes be stronger than they are smart, so we like to turn it over to a medical professional's opinion as to whether or not they should be allowed to continue.
Yeah,
and
it looks like they're going to go.
It's going to keep going.
Very, very, very gutsy by Kyle Holubetz. He came here to fight, folks.
A lot of heart to keep going. Weaker men would have left the cage just now and accepted their defeat.
Absolutely. He did not travel here from Missoula to quit. So a nice exchange to start round number 3.
Fight. And it looks like he's got some composure. He's getting the better of some of these exchanges.
Yep,
the third round is definitely a fight.
He was moving in and out, but Justin is on the hunt again.
He's
mixing it up.
He's managing
with rights and uppercuts. Definitely throwing in combinations. Justin Whitten. Kyle's firing back with that long left, but he's eating a few back against the cage. He's very, very fatigued. And Justin still stays with the kicks.
Right by Justin. Kyle keeping his distance, doing everything he can to continue fighting. Covering up, staying smart, almost delivers that overhand right that he's looking for. And we see Justin just will not let the pressure off. He wants to finish.
Very, very tired there. A shot to the liver there with a kick, and that had to hurt.
Neither of these fighters willing to call it quits. Both of these fighters seeing if they can find a knockout here in the third round.
Our pace has slowed a little bit here, Jesse, while the fighters are eyeing each other, digging deep, and trying to finish strong.
Both fighters are thinking right now the last thing they want to do is overextend into the strength of the other fighter.
Exactly. That was a heck of a nice left by Kyle, just missing Justin Whitten.
And that was a fantastic approach by Justin Whitten. His head movement keeping his head just out of that punch's range.
Yep. Another hard left roundhouse by Justin Whitten. And Kyle takes it and keeps coming forward. Very gutsy performance by Kyle.
There's 10 seconds in the round. Can he find a finish to turn the fight?
And that's the bell, ending round number 3. Crowd shows their appreciation for an excellent bout number 2. The big boys got in there and threw some leather, Jesse.
That was an amazing show of sportsmanship. That was an amazing show of athleticism for both of them.
And just pure guts. Because by the end, both of them were tired. You could tell both of them would take a nice easy chair with a clicker about then, but They have this opponent facing them, punching them in the face, and they just kept going forward. They weren't giving up.
Neither of them willing to say quit. I'm not even sure it's in their vocabulary after watching that fight.
It doesn't appear to be for either one of those fighters. They moved forward, they were giving them, they were taking them. We've got Kyle Holubetz being looked after by the doctor to make sure that he's okay. Really gutsy performance.
Another
by Kyle.
fight that I'm going to have to say, wherever the decision on this fight lands, both of these fighters deserve some acknowledgement and some praise for making it out here. Kyle traveling all the way from Missoula just to take this fight. Justin Whitten putting on a fantastic performance. Either fighter winning tonight here again is only because we can only award the win to one fighter at a time.
It'd sure be nice. They both deserve a victory here. Kyle's looking a little worse for the wear and tear on these exchanges.
And I think
but boy, he's still standing. How about that standing at the end of round 3? He was throwing. Here we go to the center of the cage for the decision.